Good evening. This is Doc with Dr. Patrick Live, and it is a dark evening and just trying to chill out, relax. It's strangely cool in Florida towards the end of April. And it got me thinking about the first few years of life. You know, developmental psychologists believe that the first 5 years of life shape a lot of who we are because there's three major lessons that we learn. The first lesson is when we come into this world, we can primarily bond with one person, and that primary person is usually our caregiver. So we bond with them, we read them. The mirror neurons in our prefrontal cortex kind of read them like a Wi-Fi signal, and we kind of learn and adjust based on how they act. So if they're anxious, we're going to become anxious. If they're calm, we become calm. And so we kind of learn if the world is a safe place by the reactions of our primary caregiver. That moves into the second major lesson. The second major lesson is, am I loved unconditionally? So an infant is quick to pick up the fact that either they have to do something to get attention or to get their needs met, or they're just loved and they just flows out of them. And then the third major lesson is self-efficacy, right? Self-efficacy is this resiliency, which we talked about just a little while ago. That resiliency comes like when you're learning to walk, you fall over, someone comes running up to you and it's like, don't do that, you could break a bone, right? And now you're thinking, well, maybe I can't do that. Or you do it and they come running up to you and they say, hey, it's okay, come on, let's do it together, right? Building this confidence in you. Those first three lessons kind of come together and they form the foundation, and almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy from that point forward. So if those early years are tough on us, we find ourselves reading the room, you might say, because we learn how to get our needs met. We learn what we have to do to survive. And those are great skills when you need them. If you're in a safe place and you don't need them, that's when they kind of trip you up, because we thrive in chaos. So it takes a while to learn to adjust to live without chaos. It's a whole different mechanism, because those survival skills that we learned don't work so good when things are going well. They work great when we are in chaos. We use those skills to survive. But what we hope is that in time, we don't have to use them. So if we jump forward in time, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years or so, we develop what's called as codependency. Codependency is you go in, you have this great intention, you become a helper because you know to read the room, this is what I got to do to get what I need to survive or to keep myself safe. So then we start to think that that's our job. We take on the burdens of other people. We think that's our job. It's hard to say no. It's hard to develop healthy boundaries. And so we find ourselves getting into situations that we shouldn't be in. But it's hard to say no, even when you're on the healing path. There's that part of us that feels guilty if we say no, but sometimes it's okay. So we work through those lessons, but remember, we're kind of shaped. It doesn't doom us. It doesn't mean like we're bound to repeat it, but it is going to influence us. So every part of the journey of growth, right, we have to take into account. We have to process and grow. Remember, I love you guys. You can do this. You can learn, you can grow, you can change. Stay positive. Peace out. Doc.